Good morning, Kathy. I'm sorry, Kathy, I missed your homework again this time. And yeah, I think in my mind, I didn't know you give me earlier than I expected. And I appreciate your patience. You didn't ask until last minute. Yeah, I was busy sometimes. I didn't get in time. But when I do the correction or give the suggestion, should be in order. But this time I missed it. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't because it's so terrible.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Yeah. Another thing.
Yeah. Thank you. Is anybody seeing Victoria?
No, she disappeared.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me. Hi, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
All right, how are you?
Good. Yeah, she was talking to you and then just disappeared. So I
Right.
don't know.
Well,
I'm sure they'll get it worked out.
yeah. I know it said I got some weird message, but yeah, I don't know what's happening. There she is.
Where's the PDF? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I am by mistake. I think I hit some things. Okay. And today is the exactly the day of the moon Mid-Autumn the Moon Festival, Mid-Autumn Festival Day today. Can you hear me?
I
Okay,
can, but
yes.
I can't pin you, Victoria. I got some weird message and now I can't pin you.
Cannot pin me.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Okay. No, no problem. Thank you. And I posted the moon cake pictures I made in the classroom online. You see it? Yeah. Can you tell there as the characters of the 中秋, like the mid-autumn, the two characters we just learned on it? It's interesting, huh? Yeah.
They're
actually,
very clear.
I used the mold to make it. This is the traditional mold to make it with the carved things like flip, like reversed the characters. This is a blessing, and this is both of them we learned actually. This is the blessing, and this is the double happiness, for the new married people, for the event, some things, and you do that, and this is the piece of wood to do that, and nowadays because something easier. This is what I use this time. So this is the pattern for mid-autumn, and you make like the ball shape, like a ping pong ball, and this is you can change different mode and put it in, and then push it and become the moon cake. So this time the moon cake I made is called like the ice shell. It's without bake. People do that, yeah, because it's after bake. After making, if the process is baking, sometimes the character melt, or after cooking, it's like the raising raising and the characters is not clear. So if no baking process is more forgiven for the characters, like a cheesecake or like tiramisu, more forgiven for the shape. And of course, previously, everything ingredients are cooked because it's for fun. Nowadays, and one is the character is the mid-autumn, right? And the other one, see this, the character. Can you see? At least the first characters, like the middle, center, the characters, right? It's very clear to remember. So mid-autumn, the characters, and the other is like the joke, not the tradition, says, I made it. I made it. Because nowadays people always, buy from the market or from the bakery for the things, and the very less people to make it by yourself. But I think it's interesting. I want to do that. So there is a seal said, I made it. Anyway. Okay, let's start today's things. We have characters for review for the happy, the two characters we learned before, and I think this is a time, for the calligraphy writing and for the character to remember. We need lots of times to do it, and this is very useful character, right? Because for the happy, you can do on the cards, for greeting cards, and almost each greeting cards, happy birthday, happy blah blah blah, what day, always use that. So this time exactly the day for the festival, so I like to review this characters. And even, last time we are not in 4 styles yet, right? Only in 3 styles. And for 4 styles, so we have more things to do and to explain, to learn. Okay, look at the handout. Okay, I think you can see, right? The small one, you got the handout. Okay, standard first. Okay, 2 parts, right? One is the radical part, and the other is, the other part for normally for sound. Radical for meaning, and the other part for the sound. So this is quite. This radical, 2 dots and 1 vertical, but the order is 2 dots first. 1 is like the more vertical shape, and then the other is more like horizontal shape, make them a little bit different, different shape and different position, and then vertical in center. Okay, talk about this radical later. Make the whole characters, the writing first, okay? And then right part, I said the right part a little bit larger, right? Than the meaning part for radical. Then the big slant. And pressed. Okay, now let's talk about the radical. Okay, anybody by chance or learned this radical? Anybody? No. Okay, this is heart. This is a heart, the radical. The radical. And okay, original, the heart radical, I mean the seal script for the heart is really like that. You know, two things on the top, and then one stroke like that, and the other stroke, okay, shorter like that. It's really a pictogram, you know, for the heart, the shape. Okay, and then okay, gradually become you know, straighten, or like the let's directly look at the clerical style. We talked about clerical style is the earliest style. Now we are learning from the pictogram, from the seal script, right? Okay, look at the radical here. It's still okay, just still 4 strokes. See that? Still 4 strokes, but more straightened and as radical. Okay, left one, more squared, right? Left one, and then center one, right? Center one, and then right two strokes for the right? The small one here. Okay, still like 2 strokes here, like two long strokes, the 2 shorter one on the top, you know, become like that. And then, you know, let's look at the nowadays the so-called standard style. Standard style is become just okay, mainly 1 stroke in the center and something left, something right, become 3 strokes. Remember, we learned that exactly by itself is character, the heart. Remember it? Forgot. Okay, remember it? Okay, it's like that. Remember, we say 1 dot here, 1 dot here, right? And you know, like the slant and the hook here, and then 2 dots, center one, right one. Remember that? The character is for heart. Okay, and become radical. We call it vertical heart, radical. Vertical heart, radical. So which means with the heart meaning, but as radical. So bring it vertically. So nowadays, simple, not 4 strokes anymore, just 3 strokes. Main vertical and something left, something right. That's it. But remember, this is heart vertical. And you know, the history about the heart, the characters. Okay, this is the fast. Other thing, actually, I want you don't have to learn it, but I want to introduce it. Other characters, same thing, huh? I wrote this first, easy to remember. There is some people do write this order, vertical first, something left, something right. Remember, this is heart vertical, okay? And any people know these characters or guess what I'm writing? Guess, just by guessing, yeah. Pronounce that man. Anybody know that? So this is other meaning is fast, right? Quick or fast for the meaning. And this is slow. Isn't that interesting? You don't have to write it, know or remember how to write it in these characters. We are learning happy, and this other meaning is quick, sharp, for the meaning. And also another meaning is fast. This is the meaning of the slow. Both of them with the radical of a heart, and the radical means meaning. So we don't have time to say that much, that far. Just want to show you, sometimes the Chinese character is very interesting. The meaning of fast and quick, something to do with your feeling, with the heart meaning there. Okay, let's do our fast this class. Because sometimes actually the slow nowadays become the good word, which means slow down. Some people write it as, logo put on the desk or some things. Interesting. Okay, so that's today we do the meaning for the happy for these characters. Okay, standard we understand. Okay, then become walking. Kathy, you start to like it. Walking. So more connect, right? So 2 dots and 1 vertical. So 2 dots become really connect, become vertical, and then horizontal, kind of, to indicate the other dot, right? And then just the vertical with connection, not really hook connection. And this part just more connect, become like the big dots instead of very slow press, right? So become more direct dots there. So this heart vertical become like the number 4, but remember those 2 are kind of at the middle, do not become the 4 to connect this part. You can remember this way. You can actually from the left and the right together become this kind of looking, right? Okay, that's the walking. And then running, other word called cursive. So cursive, the left part, the heart radical part, stay almost the same. And lots of people do the vertical first, and then the number 4 things for the 2 dots, and then right part, this part become more simple, like we write the zhong, the center or middle things, like do the things like that, not too a little bit squarish, a little bit round, and then back, for this. Okay, so running style, cursive style can become vertical first, and then do like that, continue with this, and then back to the center. Yeah, that's the running style, cursive style. And we talked about previously this clerical style, because it's just changed from the seal script, make the 4 strokes, the really this one pictogram things become straighten it, but still keep the 4 strokes there. Okay, so actually we did before, right? Okay, so left things, and then vertical, right? And then a little bit different, totally 4 strokes, right? Carving mood. Goose tail flying, but slow down. Do not do very quick sweeping because it's carving. Okay, that's the whole thing's 4 styles for the happy or fast, quick, or sharp. Okay, that's moved on the, something, with the meaning of your heart, both fast or slow. Okay, now let's do the happy. Any chance we still remember? Okay, any elements we know here? Anything small things you can think, can recognize is the elements we learned? The center of white, the Qi Bai's name, the white. See that? The little center one. Okay, the characters actually start this time, from bottom, from top to the bottom, top down to the bottom. And for the top one, do the center first. Do the center white first. Remember, we just do that cylinder style. Okay. Okay, and the left one and the right one, I think when we learn it, I introduced, this is also the meaning of music. So the left one and the right one, the 2 elements here, did you find they are almost the same looking? What's that? It's the silk, meaning of silk. It's the string, like a twist things looks like, right? So it's the silk. People use silk to make the musical instrument string. So this is the instrument. That's why also with the meaning of music. Music make you happy, right? So with the both meaning of music and the happy. And see, this is a stringing silk things on the top. And what's the meaning? What's the character on the bottom I'm writing? We learned. Can you tell? It's kind of a flat here, but the things we learned, wood. Remember it? This is the flattened version of wood. A cross in center with the hook and the 2 dots, like the branch things on the side. This is wood. So silk string on a piece of wood. This is the instrument, right? And the instrument, so this is the music. And also the other meaning is happy. That's it. So silk string things on the piece of wood. That's the instrument. Easy to remember, right? Looks complicated, lots of strokes, but we can break it down. Okay, and walking style, the silk stringing things become more connect, right? It's just like okay, these things become like we call the lightning, like the flashing, like the that's it. Connect with other things to do, right? And the right things, the same, things, kind of like that. Okay, so, and underneath the wood almost stay the same. So the writing still same thing to do the center thing first, more fast, less pressing, right? Center first, and something left, something right. Remember we say how to write the Qi Bai Shi, how to write his name of Qi, just this like the flashing, lightning things, left and right things, like the S things. That's the way. I promised you will learn it someplace else, right? That's the one-off case. Okay, and the word, 2 dots, more shows more connection, relationship together. That's the music walking style. And then walking style, I give you two. And this is the kind of the same with the nowadays simplify character of the music or happy. This actually, why I'm put this here, much easier, right? Much easier. But did you remember I mentioned the plans of simplify is from after 1949, I think it's early 50s some days, the government, to lay out these the plans, carry out this. And but the form of simplify actually from classical time, why people do that, not from the air, government just create that. It's from some things people think is more simplified, more faster writing, easier writing. So it's from classical time and from the master's writing. But okay, see how easy. Something on top and, something that, and like word things, and then just none and 2 dots connected together. But the simplified version only appeared at walking style and the cursive style. You understand, right? Otherwise, it's nowadays simplified form, right? But talking about the classic is only because of the fact for fasting, right? And then so the cursive writing, you can do like simplify. Some people do simplified things, even do this more simplified, right? The totally become one stroke, the 2 dots. And also I choose the form of still stay on the traditional writing. See the center white, you can still tell, right? And the things left one and the right one even easier than Qi Bai Shi's writing of lightning, right? Just the 2 dots and the wood. Come on, we know that already. So I think this is beautiful. And not that hard, since we learned the elements. So the center white, even more simple, do only 1 stroke in center, and the 2 dots, talking each other. And the word one, I think this is beautiful, kind of the smiling mood shows. Yeah, that's it. You know, sometimes for the character with lots of strokes, you can easy to tell from other strokes. So some things you can do really simplified to indicate the whole thing, you know, because here we can tell from the white, from the wood, we can tell. So the left one and the right one, the silk stroke thing, silk string things, the knot things, twist things, we can really, you know, just very, very simplified to do some things, to show some things there. But that's the rule, not my creation, okay? I just want to explain why. Okay, this one, see, the clerical style shows more original things, pictogram things. Same things to do with the center of the white, right? We know this, the three parts, but do not put these three parts too apart, you know, make them still same characters. So this silk, see this stringing looking things, I mean the twist things, still you can tell, right? So twist things is still there. And the word things stay almost the same. You can do a little bit, you know, tail flying, a goose tail flying, or not. More triangle, not raindrop, you know, for the two dots. That's clerical style. Okay, that's the how much for the characters for the happy. I think it's useful, right? Because we are practically, we can make our cards, and by using this beautifully. And later, actually, I want to introduce other characters about the music and the instrument and this happy again. After we analyze the composition of this, the compose of these characters, it's kind of interesting. You want to think, oh, what's the message of that many strokes there, right? Because it's instrument. So the stringing things, the knot things, the twist things there. Okay, and then any questions so far?
Victoria, yeah,
yes.
I have one question. If we're doing happy, do we have to use both the characters that represent happy?
For the cards, for the meaning, for the greeting cards, happy someday, happy to somebody. Yes, we do those. We do use this form of two characters.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Victoria,
yes.
I had a question. You when we do an homage to like Ki Baishi, you said to use the clerical. You know, like for his name. Okay. Well, I use your like when you do a phrase, I copy you, and so I was curious on how we could write homage to you if we're copying your work. I don't know how to do the clerical style for your name.
Oh, actually, the very easiest way is the clerical style.
Okay.
Clerical style, yeah. In the clerical style, do you mean the okay? If sometimes I always write the phonetical system of the how to sound it. So even sometimes or later on or even now, you want to know how to write the word. We didn't learn. We didn't do any practice in our class. You can check on the Google and know it and use the rule we learned and become the clerical style or some style. Well, three strokes techniques in the clerical style. 3 strokes, remember it.
Okay.
1 stroke is the horizontal, but only 1 become the goose tail flying. You know, conceal the tip, right? And the back, kind of the wave and the press and lift. You know, I didn't do good. Unfortunately, too slow. So slowly do it. This is the one of the typical things. So if you check it, oh, computer found these characters. How do I make it become the clerical style? You know, the characters I want to learn, I want to know, and I check it. And from the Google translation, I know the printing form, right? And the other thing is the slant become this part small and this part big, bounce back a little bit. That's the second, I mean, the point for the clerical style. And the other things in the clerical styles is whole thing flat, very flat, like the sky. You know, to make it a clerical style. Yeah, something like that, or like the Qi Bai Shi's word, or some things he follows but has had his own. So you can remember, it still use the roll and the other part a little bit. You know, you can do yourself.
Okay. My question was, though, how would I write? I don't know if Wei is actually what we would write down, but if I wanted to say homage to my teacher, which is you, how do I write it? I copy your like phrase, you know, if you have a phrase. So then I would just say homage to you, because that's your style, even though there's many different styles.
Oh, actually, for the word in the painting to say homage to blah blah, I'm not good enough for accept this. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Okay.
Yeah, for the really big. So I can become the teacher or instructor to need you guys in my class to do things together, to homage to the bigger master for that style.
I wanted to ask. I wasn't sure, and I thought maybe that might be the answer, but I wanted to ask.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's the way normally people to do that. For the really just a few of biggest calligrapher or something. Because when you write, you know, or when you do the painting, people will very easy to tell. You learned Qi Bai Shi's style. You know, you learned Zhang Daqian's style. They know that. They should know that. Even today, when we do the crab, you know, that's why I do some things very basic and very calligraphic stroke in the painting. So that's why I'm using this in my class. You know, in my class. So you can for the shrimp, you can even count. You know, how many strokes, you know, which strokes, what kind of the requirements to do, you know. Okay, now let's do crab. I will do the ink one first. Let's do the see our handout, and from Professor Rao's see this page. You all have that, right? I give the handout handout. Okay, first step. So I'm suggest you to use like a larger brush, because you want the you do not want to press it too hard to use the very hard the root part. The root part of the bristle sometimes shows very stiff things. You want kind of a fatty, the bigger stroke, you know, some stroke for this crabs, the shell things. 3 strokes. Okay. Slant your brush. 1 stroke, right? 1, and the center one a little bit longer. And the third one. So 3 strokes for the shell, the body part. And then 2, a little bit wider than that, to put 2 indicated. There is some things, fairy things on the traditional, the Chinese, the crab, on crab's clouds. I don't know what about this country, you know, the 2 clouds like that, but here some things like the furry things, feather things. Do you have that? Probably just the shell, or anyway, Chinese crab, we have that, you know, fairy things like the birds, fairy, small fairy things. Okay, 2 indicate that, 2 strokes. And then do the foot. The crab's foot is very strong. So 4 pairs. We do the first section, totally 3 sections. 4 sections. I mean, first sections 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left or right. Anyway, one side. Okay. It does the Professor Law called clerical styles using brush, which means need to powerful. You know, crab is very oh, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, actually the center one a little bit longer, and this side only 1 section. Okay, and this side 1, 2, 3, 4. And the real things, I mean, later, now we understand how the whole things. Okay, and then later you need to think of the angles or the perspective a little bit prettier. Now we want to just learn how to do that. And then you do 2 sides of the smaller sections of its arm, or what is called the foot. Okay, by do still clerical style. It's very okay. Other strokes, and then powerful lift for the sharp tip one. It's okay to overlap. You know, something like that. And then same way as we do the shrimp, stand out, kind of pop out 2 eyes here. Two eyes. And then the clouds, like a triangle things, very powerful to the clouds. Use clerical style, okay. Just do like the triangle thing, make the triangle by the like 2 strokes. That's it. That's it. Okay. And as I said, this is one of the typical seasonal food for the Moon Festival. The festival, the food. Because before, you know, traditional the food is always seasonal, right? This is the season, and the cooked is the orange color or vermilion color. It's beautiful. Also, this is the second important actually for the dish, compared with the Tibetan one with the wine jar, the clay jar for that, and the typical food after the I mean before the, because mooncake is kind of the snack, right? And this is the dish. Because I'm going to make the cards, and I'm use the I try to use this the color. Let's see, what can I do for that? Okay, vermilion color, same way, same strokes. What about I do 2 of them? Okay, anyway, 1, 2, 3 for the body shape, right? That's the traditional one on the Chinese styles things. I mean, nothing to do here on the side. Okay, and okay, 2. I mean the 4 pair of foot. 1, 2. Actually, can get closer. 3, 4, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and go to the second section of them. Okay, and I want to do one here. If you feel uncomfortable to do it in angle, you can twist the paper. You know, lots of artists do that. Yeah, twist, rotate your paper and put it in the comfortable. I mean the angle you like. Okay, do not mind of the overlap things. So 1, 2, 3, and the foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. This side. 1, 2, 3. And 4. Okay, And then actually I want to do some things with a little bit, some ink, because we talked about the things, the very hairy things here on the crab's claw. And I want a little bit, ink things, like two loads, double loads of things at my painting. Otherwise, it's not ink painting look to me. And then for the eye, and then very powerful dust. Don't worry about something overlap. Okay, that's about the two crabs. Actually, from the bottom, sometimes the chip actually put a little bit, from angle, a little bit of things from bottom. You can see some things on the belly, and sometimes he does the belly one, the other side of the crab. But I like this crab, this more, red things. Okay, I do not want to do exactly the same things for the two. And I write, okay, no table, no plate. I do not have to. Okay, so this card, and also I like the red shape there already. That you think about the moon shape or the plate shape or some things like that, and also the combination of rounded and the circle things and the square things is kind of something in between. And I will write characters here. Well, there's center, right? Middle. Okay, the happy, we reviewed this class. The music, the happy at the end. White in center, top, I'm writing. And silk twist on the two sides. And the wood, string not ready, and instrument need to be the wood. Okay, so happy midterm festival, 中秋快乐. And then my name, kind of here. And seal. This is a little bit hard because it's mounted on the card already, but sometimes I said, Kathy said, didn't get the perfect seal. I understand it's a little bit hard, so make sure get the ink each corner, each stroke, and then slowly do it. I think I put beside or after name. Okay, here. Press is harder and never move. And make sure front, back, left, right, all touched on the paper. And then gently lift it, pressing this hand. Nah, not very, not very good. This is why I said pretty good, but not that sharp, because this paper is kind of a double shone, is double hemp because it's mounted already. So you better press harder and stay longer, to get more clear. Anyway, that's my card in this less than 10 minutes to do. And very 写意 and try to learn from the Chibesh style for it, and I hope you learned some and got inspired to do this style, and you can use the handout I gave it to you and have your and the strokes we learned, right? The strokes we learned actually very calligraphic. Do you think? When this kind of either shrimp or crab things. Okay, if you have time, you can do it, in the bigger plate or kind of abstract things. Any questions? Any questions? About the characters or painting this style. Next time, I think we will do some things, put them together, the Chibesh style, the shrimp we learned and the crab we learned, and the characters probably this time we can do some things like the homage to Chibesh, because the style we learned, right? Even the step-by-step from Professor Law's analyzed learning book, teaching book. It's not hard, isn't it? Yeah, it's not hard, and I think it's fun. It's fun to do some things for our calligrapher learner. Practice student, right? In our calligraphy the class. So I think it's very fun, for do this very simple things and meaning writing things in our calligraphy learning class, and very. I like simple things, for the four gentlemen and for the like some fruits or tree. Later we can do like a pine tree. I saw Mike did already. Yeah, we can do that. For the shrimp, lotus or some things simple but very 写意 meaning writing style things. I think is good, and we can put a phrase on that, or put the correct characters we learned for the calligraphy writing. You see, for this example, this is, you can do all with no ink, and put some calligraphy, ink things, so the whole things, looks very balanced. Otherwise, just a painting. and just characters, calligraphy. I put them together and kind of the style matched. And any question? I want to hear a couple of words from you. What you think of? Yeah, it's fun.
I liked it. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next time we'll continue to do the 齐白石 style for kind of put them together. And I can give you some because on this book, you know, only two things says shrimp and crab, and the 齐白石 learn from 齐白石 you know. 齐白石's painting like the shrimp and the crab. You know, see, this is the painting crab, this side and the belly side, pair of them, and here, you know, part of them, but this is complete the kind of square form of the painting. And here we got 齐白石's painting, kind of a vertical and rectangular shape, vertical things with some shrimp and the crabs, all ink, or just the ink. See, do not worry about the smear and the overlapped, because the real things, you know, they are overlapped. See here, whole bunch of just the shrimp. You know, some people talk about, as I said, talk about the artist's name, or said, oh, that's the horse painter, right? And the 齐白石, oh, the shrimp, right? The shrimp painter. So we have to learn that. And here, what 齐白石 does is shrimp and with the lowest. So for the pond, watery things, you know, in water things. And also, you know, crab and the shrimp again, crab and the shrimp. And the little fish, you know, different fish, simple, very simple. We can do that, you know, very ink. Actually, when it alive, it's not red. It's in plate, cooked is red, right? So do not think of, I mean, the ink one. And ink one is not beautiful. It's like a very ink, you know, inkish, but with some gradation. So here one 齐白石 got is the crab and the basket. You know, the traditional way, the basket for holding the, you know, when you got the crab and put in the basket, this kind of shape, the cylinder shape of the basket. And here of the seasonal, the crab, and also this is, I don't know what's that, the weeds without the furry things in the autumn, and beside the water, you know, some things, and he put some like a plants with crab, with long shaped vertical things. And here is you got handouts, wine jar with some rope for holding the wine, the wine jar. Okay, next time we'll continue. Oh, here is 齐白石 does the ink one. I think a kind of the umber color on the fan shaped. The real, I think this is with the folding things, the real fan, for the real fan, not just the fan shape paper. So just the ink, no crab, with no plate, with no plants, just kind of the abstract things, scattered crab. Because crab, you know, crabs walking horizontally, you know, to the side and everywhere. Okay, and here shrimp with the wisteria. Yeah, that's about. Also seasonal, we learned before, autumn flower pot, and the chrysanthemum with the crab. This is the season, autumn things. So we can do more things beside the crab and the shrimp, but both of them are very calligraphy, and also typically the 齐白石's subject matter of painting, of 齐白石's painting. Okay, so happy painting, and hope you got inspired from my class. Even every time the time is limited for the class, and my painting sometimes is loose. And I hope, but I show you the process. And we both together to learn from the book, from the professor and from the master, and hope you got inspired and got, motivated to paint, got something to do and have fun with it. That's my purpose for my class. And we can use our calligraphy we learned. Okay, happy painting and happy practicing. See you next class. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.